Hello, dear everyone. Welcome to this very first Kalida online Q&A. This is something that I figured out would be good to do because there's quite a few new followers in this group. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. And also because the past half year has been kind of crazy for, I think, many of us. And this year, hi Susanna, this year has started running. I have been doing a couple of things online at the same time. And now that February is here and I kind of know what I'm doing, I thought it would be a good moment to update you guys as to what I am doing online and also to answer any questions that you may have. Because I know some of you I've known for a long time. Some of you I may not even have met yet, and some of you I know for a while, for maybe from the online classes, maybe from workshops that I've done, like Susanna from Sweden, and Vanessa, who I met through the belly work challenge and the push-up challenge that I did last year. Hi Jacqueline, hello. So if you're here, say hello, so I know you are there, and let me know if you have any questions for me about dance, about myself, about life, anything you want. I have done, I have done a very long, 1 hour Q&A for my boosties, my boost classes, which I will talk about in a moment. So if you're interested in knowing how I came to develop this boost series, this online class series that I'm teaching, that dives into how movement can help you to move better, how movement can free up more movement. This is something that was born out of an injury that I had before starting dance. Hi Sabine. Hi Kirsty. Hello. I was just talking about boost. One of the 3 things that I'm doing right now. Let me list them before I go deep. So the things I am doing online right now, to give us some order, are: 1, I teach online boost classes. This is my weekly class system, a program with strength on Mondays, relaxation on Tuesdays, and on Fridays we apply the new ranges of motion that we discover on dance. The second thing that I'm doing, and that's right here in the group, is rhythm and dance. Rhythm and dance. And I'm wearing my rhythm and dance, Rhythm's Gonna Get You t-shirt, so later on I know where I am talking. So this is for Kalida Online, for this group, for everyone who has ever studied with me. Hi Kathleen! Everyone who has ever studied with me, be it live, online, in workshops, or who just wants to take my online classes. This group is for you. This is where I am your case support. If you have any questions about anything, of the videos here, of the classes I teach, of what I will be doing, about how I do the things I'm doing, you can ask me here. So the second thing I'm doing right here in this group is a monthly series via Facebook Live every last Wednesday of the month, and it's called Rhythms and Dance. And I did a little preview session, a first session, end of January, where we went through different rhythms, short ones, middle ones, long ones, and then we tried, if you move your upper body differently or place it differently, how it would match or counteract with the rhythm. So how much upper body movement, which is what we were doing in my Boost online classes, can help or hinder certain rhythms, how it can mesh together, how it can groove. And that's the theme of the Rhythm and Dance online series. I want to do 12 videos in total, so 1 for each month of the year. Let's hope it will work. And each month will have a rhythm, and also how I move to it. So my movement tips, that's my specialty, how to move your body and how it will match the rhythm. So for instance, we will have Malfouf, the doom da da doom da da, the fast traveling entrance princess of dance rhythm. The first one we did in the preview session last month. So 24th of February, we will have our first real Rhythms and Dance session. It will be half an hour, 12:30 to 1-ish, maybe a bit longer. And we will work on one rhythm, and that will be Malfouf. There, I will share a couple of movements that I like to do to it, just to give you an idea. I know there's many movements, variations for every rhythm, but I want to share the ones that I do. At least then you have something, and you can, from there you can go adapt or find other movements. At least you will have a start. I'm sitting on a yoga block. It's easier to be up if I'm talking for a long time. So rhythm and dance, if you're into rhythms and you want to have some fresh combination ideas or movement ideas as a teacher, this might be for you. If you're new to rhythms, or if you are a belly dancer and rhythms kind of intimidate you, I think this is also a very good thing to do. It goes slow. We only have one video per month, but that means you have time then for 4 weeks to really dive into that rhythm. Just do one per month, and then it's not so overwhelming. And also, if you already know the rhythm, maybe you will have time to go deeper. You can add zills to it. You can put it in a drum solo. You can maybe recognize the rhythm then everywhere. Once you are focused on something, that's something I notice, then it starts appearing in the world. So, for instance, if you are thinking about photography or light, then when you go walking in the woods, suddenly how the light hits the trees gives you ideas and inspiration for photographs or something like that. Or if you're a painter, I suppose. I'm not a painter, but my sister is. Wolf's Art, I'll add a link. She's a painter and a sculptor, and also makes like installations with little plants and stuff like that. She's so creative. I'm very proud of my sister, Sylvie. And she is also very visual. So when she sees something, it goes into her mind differently, because she's thinking always about what can she make? What can she make? And I advise you as a dancer or person to choose maybe a focus, something good that you want to develop for each month. Yes, and you can apply it to life. That's what I'm trying to make you do now. Just choose a topic or something that interests you, and it can be very small or it can be very broad. And then everything you do for the next couple of weeks will be influenced by this idea in the back of your mind. And if you are a journaler, I am, but I have not been journaling this year yet. I have still my review of 2020 to do. And my taxes. I am progressing with my taxes a little every day. I want to finish it by next week, because then more will come. I want to close off some stuff to free up my mind, and also this can be a good monthly goal. To clean up, to end something, to make space, because you never know what's coming up in life. All right, okay, I'm already drifting. So first thing I have going on this year is Boost, my online class system. It is full, but there might be a spot coming up for the next season. So if you are into shimmies, I might open up one spot for Boost shimmies. Yes, we are already in the first month of isolations and layering, and I don't want to get people stressed if they jump in late so they have to catch up. Yes, I will tell you about the journaling. That's a good one. So if you want to try my Boost for shimmies, there will be the opportunity for, I think, one person to join in. So sign up for the waiting list if you want. kalidadance.com/boost. And then I know who is interested, and I will contact you all once I am there. Second thing I'm doing is the rhythm and dance. That's one theme per month. In this group, it's free. At the end of the year, I might make a downloadable package of it. Maybe, we'll see. And it will also be on YouTube, so you have subtitles. Like this, I will put it on YouTube and you have subtitles. And if you want to know more about Boost and my journey, how I got interested in movement and freeing myself of pain and adding more range of motion, it's a long story, but I have it on video from yesterday. You can check the link. The Boost Q&A will take you to my movement journey. Anyway, third thing that I am doing this year is tip drops. Tip drops I started last year, and that's my Friday weekly small video. It's usually a snippet from the Boost classes or something that I remember from last year, where we do one movement or two that opens up one area in the body. And that's every Friday, and I send it by email to you as a downloadable video if you sign up, and it's free. It's called Tip Drops. Tip Drops. My husband, Mr. E, came up with the name because I'm just dropping some tips in your mailbox every week. It's gum.co/tipdrops/inner circle, and then it's free. And I'll add the link also. So you have Boost waiting list for shimmies, rhythm and dance, that's here, that's free. And my tip drops Also, if you would like some like a neck relaxation or massaging your face, anything I get inspired to share, a video of 5 to 10 minutes, and you want it in your mailbox, or join our Tip Drops group where you will have the recording as I do it live. There you will get my tip drops. I record them on Fridays and I send them on Friday evening by email. Okay, those are the 3 things that I'm doing. Fourth, there's something new, and I'm helping Dance for Children to set up an online channel where guest teachers, teach Facebook live sessions, usually on Saturday. There's one coming up this Saturday for kettlebell training. So if you're interested in strength for dancers, for beginners, even if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a regular weight, by a guest teacher, and it's Dennis, the partner. They've been together for 20 years, so I call him husband, of Johanna, who you may know because Johanna has been dancing for also 20 years. And she's a sports coach, and he is as well. So if you want guest classes for free, follow Dance for Children at gumroad.com/D4C, and you'll get access to the group where the recordings happen for free. And then afterwards you can optionally buy, but there's no obligation at all. But if you want to get to know some great teachers for cross-training, dance and belly dance, the Dance for Children project may help you, even if you're low on budget. So if you want, you can join it for free for a short time. Every time the classes are taught, we leave them up for 48 hours, so you have the weekend to do it, to catch up, and then afterwards you have the option to support a good cause, if you want. Anyway, those are the 4 things. 3 things that I teach, 1 that I organize, and that's with the guest teachers. We are doing a giveaway later, but I will talk about that later. First, I want to answer a few of your questions. If you have questions about any of these, about Boost, Rhythm and Dance, Tip Drops, or Dance for Children, also add them below and I'll answer them later. Okay, so Vanessa, Banani, my answers to your 2 questions, there was one in the text already. First is how I meditate, how I do it. I used to not be into meditating. I knew it was good for you, but my mind is, as you may know, it's quite active. I am interested in a lot of things. I am very curious, and I like figuring things out and making things, and I like communication, even though I'm very shy. Facebook, I've had to force myself, and Boženka is the one actually, she's my mentor. She told me, Khalida, you have to do this Facebook Live last year in April, and I didn't want to. I thought, no one will want to look, and no one wants to hear what I'm saying. This is weird. So I did it in a private group first, my very first Facebook Live, and it was a funny one. We did the backpacker, the flossing move. But it was so much fun, and I got to interact with people that I hadn't seen in years, and some new people I got to know. So I started doing these daily and then weekly at 12:30. So that's the beginning of these Facebook Live sessions, and also the beginning of this group. I've revived it to be able to do these Facebook Lives publicly. Facebook doesn't allow you to make a private group public, so I had to migrate all my videos from last spring when the lockdown started to this group, and you can find them in the units. So there's, I think, 34 videos for you to enjoy. Each video has a move. Each video is 30 to 45 minutes. And that's just me putting on the music, putting on the camera, choosing one move, sometimes requested, sometimes something I want to share, and we jam for half an hour. And I maybe talk a lot. But this is why I'm doing these Q&As. So I have the talking out of the way, and I have something to refer to if there are questions. If there are questions here that I don't answer or see too late, I will put them in next month. So I will do these once per month, the first Wednesday of every month. Yes, first Wednesday I will be here for all your questions, and also to talk a bit about what we did in the month before. So I hope this will be an interesting journey. Anyway, meditation, I learned, is good for you because it can help your immune system. It calms down your nervous system. If you are in a slightly stressed state for most of the time. Hi, Caroline. And people who are very active can get wired by a lot of screen work. And I am the same. If I work a lot on screens and I have not been balancing it out with journaling or reading books or being outside a lot, then I get this kind of background noise in my head, or ideas that are not finished yet, or problems that are not fixed yet, and it starts bouncing around in my head, and it's hard to think clearly. And to get my thoughts clear, and also to relax my body, because my body and mind, if my mind is a bit blocked, my body tenses up also, because it feels there's something, a danger, and it doesn't know where it's coming from, so it's kind of trying to protect me from whatever's in my head. So my body needs it, my mind needs it, but I didn't find it pleasant to do, because if I put on an app, or if I listen to a YouTube, I tried everything, and I hear this voice, then it feels like for me I have to focus on it, and I have to learn something, and I start talking to this person in my mind when I agree or not agree, or it just distracts me more than that it helps me. Because there's already so many voices going on in there, one more, that's just too much. And listening to music, then I start making choreographies in my mind. That's also not. Listening to nature sounds, yes, that's closer. But for me personally, even though it's uncomfortable at first, I noticed that having nothing, just minimalistic meditation is for me the best. Because I need to balance out my a lot with nothing to have like an even keel. So what I do is something that I discovered through a book called Dreaming Yourself Awake. I used to be very good at remembering my dreams, because I did a dream journal for a year. And if you write down your dreams, another tip, then you start remembering them more clearly. So after a few weeks of just writing down whatever I knew, I had a little notebook next to my bed. I just wrote down whichever words came up. Once I woke up, it started to become more full. So I remembered then the place, how things looked, what I did, what I felt, and then it started to become stories. And then I started remembering 2 or 3 dreams even per night. And once that started happening, maybe because it's something you can practice also, I was sometimes also able to dream lucidly, to know that I'm dreaming. And once that starts, then the fun really happens, because once I figured out that I know that I'm dreaming, usually I don't wake up because it's so exciting, but sometimes I don't wake up and I start making things. So I could change the horizon, make a beautiful sunrise for something, or trying to fly, trying to jump really far. That's something my husband does if he can dream lucidly. I try to make big jumps and then maybe even fly. And if that works, that's the best feeling in the world. My day, my week is different. I've been flying over the ocean in my dreams. So that's something really worth practicing, even though it's not, practical. You can't earn any money. You can't earn your bread with this. But I think as a personal journey, this is really interesting. So Dreaming Yourself Awake, a great book. And it's Tibetan Dream Yoga. So they really have a system, a practice that you do to make yourself more able to dream lucidly. So there's 2 ways. One is the journaling your dreams. That's what I did. And by accident, I figured out that this works. And second is what's in this book. And that's a kind of meditation that you can do that helps you stay in the state of almost awake, almost sleeping. So in between. And so that's what I figured out. Let me try this. It's a 21-minute meditation. You can do 1 round or more. So I have my watch and I put it on. No, it's 24 minutes. 24 minutes, because usually your mind takes about 20 minutes to change the biochemistry if you take input away. So no input, no sounds, no vision. So I close my eyes. I try to be in a quiet room, sometimes in the living room. My husband's watching TV. But if you are used to it, then it's easier to also do it with sound. So in the beginning, I would say, yes, it does. It feels amazing if you can dream that you're flying. You feel free. You feel that anything is possible. And I think that's the original state of us. I think we have to revisit this feeling often to be healthy. Yes, it's good. It's good. So find yourself a quiet place. And what you do is you lay yourself on the floor, on your back if that's comfortable. I just take my padded yoga mat. I have 2 yoga mats, by the way. I will talk about anything to do with cross training. So all the sports that I have done in my life and all the different movement arts that I do now. I will talk about that tomorrow in Joy of Movement group. It's also an open group. You can join it there. And that's my space to talk about cross training and the strength training and the flexibility work that I do. So tomorrow, 12:30, cross training with Khalida. And I will explain my gear, what I have, what I use, my yoga mats and stuff. So anyway, a thick yoga mat, padded. And then if you feel comfortable, a little rolled up towel under your head. I don't need it anymore because my neck is more relaxed since Boost. A bit of advertisement, but it's true. Now I'm able to lay like this, but before, because I was a bit hunched, I needed a little towel. So you can do as is comfortable. Under your legs, so right under the hips, you can also put a yoga block or a towel. If your hip flexors are tight, you don't want anything to feel like, oh, it's pulling you. You want to be cushioned in a way that you can gradually sink. What I do, if I've been sitting a lot, I have my legs up. Legs up. I simply have my legs bent to begin, and then I walk my feet out in these 20 minutes further and further. And sometimes I lay the feet on a block, and it's also a bit more comfortable on a yoga block or something. So that's what you do. You put yourself on the floor. You turn off all devices except for maybe a watch. You set a timer or maybe a little, what's it called? A wake-upper? A wekker? My English is leaving me. An alarm clock, yes. You put a little alarm clock, but nothing too loud, nothing too invasive, because you might be in the zone and you might want to continue. So my watch doesn't make a sound, it just jiggles my arm a bit when the 24 minutes are over. And at first it seems like forever, but there's a certain part of these 24 minutes where time goes really fast. And I think that's when you're almost sleeping, almost dreaming. And the last 4 minutes, funny enough, always when I start believing, yes, today nothing is happening, the last 4 minutes is when the magic happens. So this is why I like this number of minutes. Usually they say meditate for 20 minutes, and that's kind of a shame because for my body, for my mind, I need a little more than that. And 24 minutes, that's perfect because it's less than half an hour. You can fit it in your day because how easy is it to just waste half an hour on your phone? Yes, you can use these 24 minutes to get more productive, be more calm, more healthy, and refresh your mind and refresh your body. What it does for me is it relaxes my joints. And that's something that I really need as a dancer, but as a person. I was in chronic pain for my 35th for years, and I got out of it through movement, but I still had tension that cropped up easily because I was used to being tense. And this meditation, I just did it because I wanted to learn how to dream lucidly in a different method. I noticed that in the last 4 minutes, this area and the area of my hips and my ankles and even the parts between my toes and my wrists, so all the things that tensed up, started to gradually let go. So it's only a matter of, yes, giving yourself half an hour, so you have a bit of leeway, front and back, and making a space for it. I have my yoga mat in the living room all the time. You can walk around it, but we usually walk over it and I have to vacuum it every day. But that's my spot. I just go there whenever. It can be in the morning, evening, afternoon, whenever I have time. Whenever I know I have half an hour block, I make myself do it and I'm always happy that I do. So what happens when you do this? The first few minutes is uncomfortable. So I have a thing I do to make it easier. I inhale, I hold my breath, and then I slowly exhale. Just to get myself in my body and out of my mind. 3 times. And the timing is 4, 7, 8. So I inhale for 4 counts. It can be short counts or long ones, depending on your lung capacity. Then I hold it for 7 counts. So it's just how to say it? The verhoudingen. If this is short seconds, then the holding is short seconds, and then the exhalation is short seconds. But anyway, it's 4, then 7, then 8. Long or short counts. Do this 3 times and already your biochemistry might change from fight to flight to rest and digest. So you settle down yourself. Second thing I've been doing, and we've been trying this in our Boost classes last week and also in the tip drop of last week, is using your eyes. If you move your eyes, because it's connected to the deep muscle line, the deep front line of your muscle system, It also relaxes the inside of your neck muscles and the muscles around your spine, and even your tailbone reacts instinctively to your eyes. If you look at a cat, If it wants to jump, where it looks, the tail will start to balance before it jumps. Yes, so if you go, that's much 7 and 8. Yes, it is. So inhale for 4, hold for 7. It's also good for flutters. And exhale for 8. In the beginning, it might be more like 4 and then 6 and 7, but you will get used to it. It's also good to practice this because it relaxes your diaphragm, stretches it, it holds it in the stretch, and then it contracts it again. So you are doing a kind of inner workout also. If you feel like you have to do something productive, it is productive. Then, after that, the most difficult part begins. So the first minute is the breathing. Then I move the eyes. Maybe I flex and point my feet. I allow myself to wriggle and to move and to change my position. Sometimes in yoga they tell you don't fidget, and that drives me nuts. I have to fidget a bit to be able to relax in the beginning. So allow yourself to do whatever you need. Also, that's when the thoughts will start coming. You start thinking about what you've been doing, something that you need to remember, maybe something random pops up, but you don't fight it. You don't fight it. You just observe it, you go with the flow. If you notice that you're going too far into problem solving, remember where you are. Just remind yourself, okay, I'm on the floor. That helps for me. Then I'm back to observing. And this is what you practice. You practice having thoughts and observing that you have thoughts. And this play between the two, the thoughts coming up and I'm noticing that I'm thinking, that's what the meditation is good for. It allows you to observe your thoughts through practice. So the more you have these interrupting thoughts, the more efficient one session can be, the more often you can practice this observing. So don't get too frustrated. If thoughts come up, that's an opportunity to learn to take a step back, because that's what it's about. It's taking a step back, many steps back, and observing your mind, observing your thoughts, observing the world. It'll give you some distance and a lot more oversight. So even if your life feels chaotic and you feel you have no time and no headspace for meditation, that's exactly when you need it the most. There's a saying that says, I don't have 20 minutes to meditate, then you should do an hour. But you don't have to do an hour. Just do the 24 minutes to give you the opportunity to have the breathing, the eyes, the body settling. Then the 20 minutes or so, the 15 minutes or so are thoughts coming and settling. And this will get gradually easier towards the end of the 20 minutes. And then usually there's around 20 minutes, and I think that's when the biochemistry flips. I feel a bit tingly at times. And when I feel this tingliness or a bit of clarity in my head, it's very funny. It almost feels physical. That's when I know, okay, now I'm at the good part. And that's when I start feeling parts of my back, parts of my legs, parts of my arms, parts of my shoulders, even parts of my face gradually relaxing, bit by bit by bit. That's fascinating, isn't it? Hi, Marianne, welcome. I was just talking about how I meditate, why I meditate, and that I discovered it by accident, but that it's helped me a lot. Since I do this meditation, I am more clear on my intuition. I know what I want to do and which parts of my ideas I should follow, and I follow through with more. So if you're wondering, how does Khalida do all these things? I think it's the meditation that I started doing 2 years ago by accident for a different reason. I think I'm having the benefits of that. One of the things I got, yes, sometimes I just if it feels so nice, I put my alarm on 24 more minutes and I get up whenever. I can get up after 5 more minutes or after 10 more minutes, but at least I know I won't be sleeping for an hour. So after 24 more minutes, I do get up because I have work to do. But yes, if it feels nice, you just put your clock again and you go with it. So, but at least you have started. And, oh yes, one of the magical side effects of this meditation, except for the clarity and that changed my life and body, is it solved my allergy also. I had a metal allergy because of a coin that got stuck from my costume under my bra, and it cut in my skin a little bit during a very stressful competition. So the competition was stressful. I didn't get into the finale because I was kind of disqualified, because my dancing was too much like my mentor at the time, Aziza. They said, you are copying Aziza and it's not okay. And I was like, oh my God, what? So I felt like this after this competition. And I think the cutting of the metal into my skin combined with this trauma, I was a baby dancer back then. I was just very innocent and didn't expect that at all. I think that kind of traumatized me, and my body started resisting this metal. So I had a spot here. I didn't know what it was. I went to a skin specialist and he said, oh, you have an allergy. That's eczema. So I got a cream and it was okay. But since then, I had food allergies also, and different kinds of allergies. And gradually, every year, worse and worse, hay fever, that's the word. So my hay fever got really bad. I had stuffy eyes, like thick eyes, red eyes. My nose was running, itching eyes, and my skin got blotches. So every year it got worse. And that's around the time I got this book and wanted to learn about dreaming lucidly. I did this meditation for 24 minutes and my nose was open after it. I thought, wow, what's this? I couldn't breathe through my nose for 10 days. And now, after doing the meditation, I could breathe. So I thought that's pretty interesting, because it calms down your nervous system. Probably your immune system also is more calm. And that's why it works for allergies. So if you struggle with allergies of any kind, try this. Try this 24 minutes. It doesn't hurt. It's free. Yes, maybe it helps. Maybe it helps. So I still have a little bit nuts allergy. And for some apples, I have to peel them because the insecticide makes my lips react. And wasp bites still get me a big whopper. But hay fever, I can now manage. I do have to do the meditation once per day. It works for 24 hours. I think that's when you reset. After the 24 hours, my nose gets stuffed again, my eyes get itchy. I put myself down, I meditate, and it's better. It's not 100% gone, but it's a lot better. And one of my dance friends, Lina, sent the link of I blogged about it, sent the link of this blog to her mom, who had suffered from hay fever a lot, and it helped her. It helped her. So I needed no medication anymore. The medication wasn't helping anyway. So yeah, that's my bonus tip. So if you want, try meditating for 24 minutes. No app needed, just a clock. You breathe, you move your eyes, and you gradually lengthen your legs, make yourself comfortable, and you wait. You just wait. You observe your thoughts, but not in a strict way. Don't judge them. Just enjoy the ride. Hi, Charmin. Yes. Okay. So another question. Journaling. My journaling. Okay. Yes. I think it's all connected. Your immune system and your stress hormones are interlinked. It's like your body is trying to fight an invisible enemy, and it can be your stress. Yes. So, bless it, your body is trying to protect you from something. And giving it some calm time might be enough to tell it that everything's okay. So, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. Journaling. That's another thing I started doing very early. Very early. I got a book called The Artist Way. It's very old. And it told you to write 3 pages every morning. And for a time, I did that. I just wrote down whatever came up in my mind. This is probably why I can talk for an hour. Thoughts just flow. In the beginning, it's really awkward because you start writing, I don't know what I'm writing. I don't know what to write. This is stupid. Things like that. You're judging. And that's what these morning pages are about. They are about showing how much you are judging your thoughts all the time. It's like there's this little angry animal on your shoulder telling you that what you're thinking is not okay, telling you that what you're doing is not good enough. And this animal, my tip is, it can get on your shoulder if you want to perform as a dancer, or if you want to teach, or if you want to create something and you're afraid to share it, because this little animal, I call it the grouch, is telling you that it's not okay, it's not good enough, and everyone will laugh at you. Something like this. And I think everyone has this voice, little or big, because that's what you take with you from when you're young. If as a child you've ever been bullied. I was bullied as a kid, by the way, in school. probably because I'm a bit different. I've always been hyper interested in things and a bit socially awkward, and this combination, it didn't work well in our school. So I was bullied as a kid, and also I was physically a bit, how to say it, incompetent. I was not very good with reflexes because I was a bit fearful of balls. For instance, so dodgeball. I was the person who never got chosen in the team. I was like the last one to go in the team. Now that I'm doing martial arts, by the way, I'll talk about this tomorrow, I have reflexes, so you can develop them as an adult. Anyway, if you have any insecurities, it can come from a childhood, and it might be that you don't even know it. Little things when you are young can have big results. And also, if you want to have approval of other people, approval of authority figures, parents, partners, friends, fans, students, teachers, if you yearn for approval, it can also make you very judgy of yourself, because it gets stressful. Is what you're doing good enough to please this and this person? And to separate yourself from all of that, because it's just a voice, it's not reality, you journal. And in the journal, you will see this like a second writing almost. You have your thoughts, the pure ones, and you have the judgment of your thoughts. And that's all layers of your own mind. So you're untangling your mind when you journal. And this is why for me, still, I can think better now. I'm not doing the daily writing anymore. I do once a day a short bit. I write down my dreams if I remember them. Or I write down what I want to do this day, or I write down what I remember from the day before if I didn't journal the day before. So I just give myself a little page. Yes, the journaling. I now have a system for my journaling. I write down 3 bullets at the top left. I hope this is left for you. And this is, well, I write the date and the time. That's 3. What would make today great? I got this from Tim Ferriss. That's a podcaster I listen to. What would make today great? So I list 3 things that would make me happy if they happen, be they realistic or unrealistic. And it can be small, like I would be happy if today I finish my taxes. That's unrealistic. But I would be happy if I do a little bit. I would be happy if today's video works well. And I would be happy if there's sunshine, or if my coffee tastes good. It can be anything. Just make yourself write 3 things that would make your day good. Then 3 things on the right that you are thankful for. So it's not the same. What would make this day great? And it will give you a plan for the day, actually. And 3 things I am thankful for, that puts you in a nice rosy zone. Once you've written those things down, you start a little journal, and that can be your dreams, your thoughts, your grocery list. Hi, Marie Fleur. So anything you want to write about, you write it. That's it. That's it. And usually there's not enough space. I take another page, and that's where I start writing my plan for the day, because it inspires me. I know I'm mentioning my taxes in all the videos, so I do them. I want to finish them by the end of this week. And I've been doing 1 month since yesterday. I have made progress. I've been procrastinating it since Christmas, and I usually have it finished before New Year. And I know I have time until April, well, actually March. But I have to get myself to do it. It is because the year has been strange and I don't want to look back. But I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to be an adult. Okay, so anyway. Then at the end of the day, you come back to this page and you write down 3 more things at the bottom. 3 great things that happened today. Yes, thank you. Go, Khalida. 3 great things that happened today. And that will put your day in a different view. And also through the day, you will start noticing things that are great. It'll change your mind about the day, because you want to write down the 3 things that are great about this day at the end. So it steers your mind, because you can think of anything. You can make yourself stressed, you can make yourself happy. If you influence yourself very sneakily by these 3 things in the beginning and these 3 things at the end of the day, that's how you can guide yourself, your animal mind. You can kind of lure it into positive thinking. So 3 great things that happened today, and then at the end, how could I have made this day better? So you keep the judging for the end of the day, and this is where you get ideas for optimizing things. So for instance, I shouldn't have had spaghetti right before my workout, but maybe after. Or I should have had a little bit more hydration. If you felt like, oh, I had dry mouth all day, things that you don't think about during the day, but that you could think about the next day. That's what you write down. And how could I have made this day even better? So it's worded positively. That's my journal. I also have another page, my nom log and my move log, where I just write down what I eat if I remember it. Because when I work hard, I have to remember to eat. I love eating good food, but that's usually in the weekends when I'm relaxed. When I'm working really hard, I have to actually remind myself to eat and to eat healthy things. Yes, even if it's quick. This way I remind myself to prep my snacks, to have some boiled eggs or something that I can just eat quickly, but I know it's good for me. Yes, and my movement log, and that's to motivate me to move. Yes, if you do a thankful list any time of the day, it is so valuable. It makes you more grateful for things. It's also a muscle that you can practice. You can practice your brain, yes? As you know, as an adult, the things you focus on are the things that grow in your mind. The things you feed are the things that get bigger. So if you have a habit, a little one, of worrying or checking the news every day, that can grow. You will build the habit of checking the news every day. If you change that habit into writing in your journal instead what you're thankful for that day, it flips your life over time because it compounds. The effect compounds. It's really big. I know I thought I was going to do a Q&A about dance, but I think this what's underneath it, the Q&A about how I do all the things that I do, I think that's more important. It's simple things really. I give my mind some peace with meditation, which gives me more clarity on my intuition, because my body is not tense. I can feel when it is happy about an idea. And when I journal, I put myself in a positive mood, and I start getting more structure in my day as well. So these go hand in hand. Journaling is a kind of meditation. Meditation is a kind of meditation. And for instance, walking in the woods, taking a shower, folding laundry, ironing your fan veils, ironing your veils, or doing something that feels like a ritual, even cooking. Everything can become a meditation, but I think the journaling, to get thoughts down and to guide them in a positive way, and meditation, to get thoughts separated from you, so you step out of the movie and you can watch the movie, to give yourself some distance and biochemical relaxation and free of allergies. Those two can change your life. If you do any new habits, start with those. They are free. They don't cost any physical effort yet. And if you change your mind, you change your life. Oh, you're very welcome, Marie-Fleur. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. And I know this works because I did it. I tried it, and it does change a lot. And as to how I listen to my ideas, because I do some crazy thing. Well, always when I do something, I do it before I'm ready, more or less. I have started to trust now when an idea is good to follow, because I feel in my body if it's yes. And sometimes when something is yes for a while and it starts to become no, you can also feel it. Your body tells you. If you write down an idea as if it's true, see how you feel about it. So if you say, I'm gonna write a book, you might scare yourself, but it also might feel, it's just an example, it also might feel exciting in a way that it gives you energy. And this kind of, it gives me energy, but I'm scared, that's the kind of ideas that you should go for. And how do you go for it? You journal a plan. You just write. I have a big page where I put on top the plan, or book of good ideas. I even had a journal of good ideas for a while. The plan, and then you write down how, if this were easy, how would I do it? How would I start? What would I need to do? And when do I want to do it? And if I have it ready by then, if I want to have a book in 3 years, what do I need to do? For instance, obviously would be, I have to write about something. I have to find a topic, and I have to maybe figure out the publishing, but that's for later. If you know that you have to write and find a topic, you're almost good to go. Then you can start figuring out, what do I want to say? And do I want to have chapters in this or this shape? Do I want to write about topics, or do I want to write something chronologically? So that's how you would start a book, even though a book is very intimidating and big, and it can eat your life, as they say. Writing a daily blog can also feel intimidating. That's something I did as well, to practice my wording, to practice my creativity, and to also just to have a place to put stuff so I don't have to remember it. So I started blogging daily and I did it for about 3/4 of a year, and now I still blog regularly, but in bursts, sometimes every day, sometimes less. It's Joy of Movement blog, and that's where I will be going live tomorrow. I wanted to have a place to blog about all the input that I was receiving and all the inspiration. It was too much to make something out of it. I needed to just write about the things that inspire me. So I made a day schedule. Martial Mondays, so Mondays I write about martial arts. To Tuesday. On Tuesday I wrote about the things my teacher says, Constanze. She has such inspiring ideas in her classes that I wanted to write down the things that she inspired me about. On Wednesday, Walking Wednesday, I shared my pictures of woodwalks, so I had a place for them. And I could write down the dates and times, so I didn't have to keep all of it on my phone. Thursday was for inspiration, so if I had a podcast I listened to and it was interesting, I will put it on the Thursday. Friday was for flexibility because I was reviewing Stacey Nemours' flexibility work. So I wrote something about flexibility, ideas, tips, links, or about this stretching that I was doing. Saturday was for books because I had so many books that I wanted to read, but I didn't get around to it. Writing about them made me think about my books and it made me read more. And on Sunday was for strength, to get me and my husband to do weekly strength sessions. Sunday was the strength. So tomorrow I will talk about all of these, but that's one way you can get a daily blog. You just categorize and you write a little bit, 1 sentence per day. That way, once per day, you get into the habit of creating. You can also make a drawing per day, but drawings take more time. You can maybe do a sketch per day, a quick sketch of 1 minute. If you're into drawing and you want to get better to that, or if you want to unleash your creativity as a dancer, you can challenge yourself to do 1 minute movement per day, or to make a mini combo per day, or to record a live video per week. Anything that gets you into a habit of doing something small but creative, can unleash your creativity. And then you have that skill for life. Because I did blogging I now have 360 pages, so I think I blogged 360 times. Not all in 1 year, but in the spread of 2 years. Now I trust that if I want to teach a workshop, that I don't have to prepare it for 5 days like I used to do. I can just take a piece of paper, write the title, think of the topic, have my structure, and I write it down. And then I know, even though I've written it down and I won't remember it, I can just teach and react. And I'm free to create. I can make a combo now like this because I practice my creativity. So it doesn't have to be literally what you do. You can practice different creativity, but it does something. It does something. So meditate, journal, do a little creative thing every day or every second day. You don't want to stress yourself out, but writing in your journal, maybe making a haiku, a little poem. I used to make haikus in the high school with my friends. Something like that, something fun, something that makes you happy. And it can also be taking pictures. Ingun, for instance, I don't know if she's here. She posts a daily cat picture, and it was a daily cat happiness. During lockdown, just to post something positive, she has 2 very fluffy, enormous cats. Go look it up, Ingun Lingstad. And she posts them every day, and it's just nice, it's fluffy. And she puts a little caption on it, and I think adding a caption to a picture, that's also creativity. Writing a newsletter is creativity. Teaching a class is creativity. Everything you do as a dancer and as a human is creativity. And you can use this in very positive ways. And I think it's a very good skill. Yes. Okay. And you can get creative with makeup, with music, with anything, You don't have to be good at it. Tag her. Yes, I will tag Ingun. She's also a boostie, by the way. She's in the boost classes, and sometimes her cats are there. Maybe you know her. She had the unicorn horn on 2 weeks ago. I will tag her. I will tag Ingun. So, any other questions about any of this? I know I've been talking a lot. Let me check the time. Okay, it's almost an hour. I think I will talk for 7 more minutes, so we have an hour. If you have any other questions for me, add them below, and I will take them with me in next month's Q&A with Khalida. So today we had meditation, journaling, what I do for creativity. Yes, thank you, Lene. Hello, hello. Also, Lene is also a boostie, and she's also doing a yoga course, a very, to say it, a big course. She is studying deeply, and she's also a Yalabina teacher. So I'm doing a bit shout outs. Johanna, by the way, teaches workouts, and she has donated a video to our Dance for Children channel. And you can check out her leg ABC if you want to work your abs. So that's for Marie Fleur is a singer, and Banani, aka Vanessa, is a painter. So there's a lot of creative people happen to be watching right now. I think these tips might be useful for all of you to incorporate the journaling, meditation, creativity. That will help with everything. Yes. And you can re-listen to this video forever. I will put it on YouTube so you have subtitles. So if you want to do it silently, you can do that. Okay. I think I will wrap it up with a list of the things that I'm doing and the things that I will be doing. And tomorrow I will chat your ear off about all the things that inspire me cross-training wise, all the things that I do that that blend into my classes, that blend into my boost, that blend into my dancing, and that I take with me in life. But for today, we talked about what are the things that I teach right now or organize online. So how can you follow me online? First is Boost. Boost is my strength, flexibility, dance thing. Thank you. Yes, that's a creative bunch here. Strength, flexibility, dance system. It's a 36-week course, but it's full, which is awesome. And I am building it into something that's a longer course. So it's now 9 months, but next year I want to do it continually. So people, if there's spots available, can jump in whenever and stay for as long as they want. I want this to be a companion for life, companion for movement, giving you a little bite of movement 3 times a week that you can add on top of the rest of your life. So that's my plan for Boost. It's now 9 months, but I want to make it like permanent. So you can sign up for a full year or just keep your membership going for as long as it's beneficial to you. For now, it's full, but you can sign up for the waiting list if you want to join the Shimmies season. For Shimmies, we have 1 spot open. Yes, so sign yourself up, kalidadance.com/boost for the waiting list if you want to join us for 3 months in the Boost for Shimmies, and then you know what it is. Then next year, maybe you want to join long Boost. Second thing is Rhythm and Dance. That's here once per month, every last Wednesday of the month, so 24th of February. We will have at 12:30 on Wednesday in this group, Rhythms and Dance with Khalida Malfouf. So the doom, that doom, the entrance. It's a good place to start. The entrance rhythm, how I move to it, how I place my body to it, and a mini combination maybe of the rhythm, how I count it also. So it's not very deep. It's 30 minutes-ish, but I think it will be fun. And then you can ask me questions about it afterwards, and you can find some links to more resources for each rhythm. I think that's a nice way to do it. At the end of the year, I'll make a package for purchase to download, and I will see where I put it. Third thing to do is sign yourself up for my tip drops. Johanna, if you're still there, can you add the link for tip drops? It's gum.co/tipdrops/inner circle. Inner Circle. That's the discount link where you can get my tip drops every Friday for free, and you can join the tip drops Facebook group where I record it live, and then you know what's coming in your mailbox on Friday, and you can ask me questions there too. So that's 3 things. Thank you. So Boost, waiting list. Boost is kalidadance.com/boost. Rhythm and Dance, that's just here. You are here. If you see it, you know where to find it. 3 is my tip drops every Friday. It's gum.co/tipdrops/inner circle for free. Then, if you want to do guest classes, follow guest classes. Hi Vanessa, hello. I'm wrapping it up, but then you have like the short version. So we have Boost, Rhythm and Dance, tip drops. Sign up for all 3. Waiting list. Rhythm and Dance, you don't have to sign up. Tip drops, you have to sign up, but only once, and then you're in. Then on Saturday, we have our second guest class with Johanna's partner, Dennis. He will teach us how to use kettlebells for strength and posture, and also for mobility, actually. Hi, Debbie, hello. And this workshop is for free for everyone in the Facebook group, and you can get into the Facebook group for free. All you need to do is follow Dance for Children's newsletter. So we will send you some updates, but you can always unsubscribe. It's gumroad.com. Thank you, Johanna. Gumroad.com/D4C. It's for Dance for Children. D4C/follow, or you just enter your email address. Then you confirm your subscription. And then you will get an invitation to our Facebook group where you can get all the guest classes for free via Facebook Live as they're happening. We're trying to do one per month. We don't know yet if we can fill it up with enough people, but we do have some guest classes coming up. One is this week. Thank you, Johanna. So one is this week, Saturday at 13:30 CET, and you can view the Facebook Live the whole weekend, so until end of Sunday for free. And then if you want to support Dance for Children, you can buy the video, but that's optional. So those are the things I'm doing now. What I want to do, I want to add more, but that's something I will talk about tomorrow. So those